Hi everyone, Matthew here at AAWeatherWatch with a look at the week ahead weather, obviously covering the forthcoming week, Monday the 6th through to Friday the 10th of March, and generally no sign of any more settled conditions as yet. The unsettled weather, which have dominated now for several days, stretching right back into the end of February, is forecast to continue through most of this coming week. Various areas of low pressure will maintain the unsettled weather across the country at times, with further spells of rain and showers, and potentially becoming very wet and very windy to end the working week, but a little bit of uncertainty over that at the present time. Satellite imagery showing regions of cloud moving and approaching Ireland, generally from the west and southwest. This region of cloud here, a more pronounced region of wet weather, which will generally move through across most areas during the early part of this coming week. And generally the satellite imagery continues to highlight areas of low pressure dominant across the North Atlantic, and again just this maintaining and highlighting this signal for further unsettled conditions at times as the coming week progresses. So let's take a look at the forecast weather charts now to put some detail onto the forecast as the coming week progresses. Quick look at Monday's weather chart though, and there is some rain and showers generally moving eastwards through the course and the rest of Monday. Yes, there has been some drier and brighter intervals, and there will also continue to be some drier and brighter intervals at times through the rest of Monday, but this weather system here is what is bringing some rain and showers to some areas, and again these regions of rain and showers will continue to progress eastwards across most areas as the rest of Monday progresses. And this rain and showers clearing to the east overnight tonight, perhaps a chilly night through into Tuesday, but the next weather system then moves in off the Atlantic. So Tuesday's weather chart, this is a warm front, as the name implies, following on behind generally milder conditions, and that is a signal and trend for this coming week. It has been quite cold over the last week or so, but temperatures will generally rise this week back to nearer average, but clearly not feeling too clever, not feeling too warm really at times given the continued unsettled conditions. Tuesday's weather though, this weather front bringing outbreaks of rain and drizzle across many areas through the course of the day, perhaps some extensive low cloud and hill fog possible as well, and it will be quite breezy, moderate or fresh southwesterly winds, so expect an overcast and cloudy and damp day for many areas through Tuesday. Overnight and through into Wednesday, that weather system clears, perhaps just lingering across some southern areas into Wednesday, so perhaps a risk of some more persistent light rain and drizzle across the far south of the country, but otherwise, as you can see from most areas, perhaps Wednesday a little window of fine weather with some bright or sunny spells, especially across central and northern areas after Tuesday's wet weather. So again, Wednesday at the moment seems to be a reasonable day away from the far south. However, clearly it doesn't last. The more unsettled conditions return as areas of low pressure move in off the Atlantic, and we move into Thursday with another weather system trying to move in from the west, generally maintaining this risk of rain and showers through the course of Thursday, especially across more northern and western areas, but this weather system is likely to bring outbreaks of rain even to southeastern areas as the day progresses. And there is some uncertainty over the end of the week. As ever, these uncertainties will be addressed in the midweek update on Wednesday, but there is some potential cause for concern as things stand at the moment for Friday. Latest weather model data is indicating perhaps a very deep area of low pressure approaching from the west again to end the working week. Clearly Friday's weather chart does show low pressure moving into the country off the Atlantic. Close proximity of the isobars, these black lines as ever, indicating quite windy weather, and that is a potential hazard for the end of the week. Again, all eyes will be focused on the end of the week, and again updates will be made available on Wednesday, but there is certainly a risk of some wet, very wet in fact, and very windy weather spreading eastwards through the course of Friday, so particularly unsettled end to the working week is expected. Again, some uncertainties over the details, but these will be addressed on Wednesday, but expect again Friday to end generally wet and potentially very windy as well. So clearly the unsettled regime will continue across all areas through the coming week. So taking a look at the temperatures through the coming week and just highlighting this trend towards nearer average temperatures and generally somewhat milder conditions, but clearly, as I've indicated, it will still feel quite cool at times given the unsettled, wet and windy conditions. But temperatures through the rest of Monday, highs around about 8 to 10 degrees Celsius, which is near average for the time of year. Perhaps locally chilly through Monday night into the early part of Tuesday, perhaps a touch of frost in one or two places, but temperatures will quickly recover from the west and southwest through Tuesday. Highs through the course of Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday evening. As you can see, many central and southern areas seeing double figures, 10 or 11 degrees certainly possible, a little bit cooler further north. Towards the middle of the week, temperatures on Wednesday very similar, highs around about 8 to 11 degrees Celsius, which is near average for the early part of March, and then towards the end of the week, very little change in temperatures. Perhaps Thursday a degree or two higher, highs around about 11 to 13 degrees Celsius, and we end the working week. Temperatures again very similar, little in the way of any overnight frost due to the milder conditions, and temperatures on Friday afternoon somewhere in the region around about 9 to 12 degrees Celsius, but again probably not feeling too pleasant given the unsettled end to the week. So let's summarise that in our weekly weather summary. Through the rest of Monday, some showery conditions moving eastwards through the rest of the day, perhaps locally heavy at times, but equally there will still be some drier and brighter weather too. Through into Tuesday, a weather front moves eastwards, unsettled with outbreaks of rain and drizzle moving across many areas through the day, perhaps some extensive low cloud and hill fog too. Generally quite windy, but it will also become milder than of late. Wednesday through to the end of the week, remaining unsettled. Further spells of rain and showers, but perhaps a little window of drier weather for some areas on Wednesday. But then all eyes on Thursday and into Friday, potentially very wet and very windy on Friday again. These details will be addressed in the midweek update. Feeling quite cool in the wet and windy weather, but otherwise temperatures much nearer to average than compared with of late. So that's all the details for the week ahead. As ever, I'll be back with you on Wednesday in the midweek video brief and forecast. So thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your day, and have a great week too.